Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So God give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, already accepted or not. And the sincere salutation to all the occupant pushing the truth and believing the truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the outwalks who are listening and learning, you few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah from Jim Masolano, Kim, coming at you another lesson. And true facts, faith, and edification, another daily edification, Lord wills to be edifying. So I titled this lesson, This Truth Isn't for Low-Level Thinkers, Isn't for Faint-Hearted, nor for entertainment. This truth isn't for low-level thinkers, nor the faint-hearted, nor entertainment. So I got this clip on the screen. This is from a video, but this is a clip from the movie Green Pastures, right? 1936. Now, I put this on my backup channel, which is one of the last backup channels that I created, right? Which is titled It's Over 7. Now, this backup channel, this is the last backup channel that I created. This backup channel now has 529 subscribers, right? The first backup channel I got is called GMS Your Redemption Draweth Nigh, right? It only has 400 subscribers. Then I got another channel that's called GMS True Words for Life, right? It only got like 70 some subscribers. So this channel here, this video that I put up, this clip from the from the Green Pasture, which is showing the Heavenly Father Yahweh is talking to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Now this video got 36,000. And some told me to go to this morning when I left the plantation, right when I got to the crib, right? So some told me to go. I don't know why. Some told me to go to this channel, and this video got 36,330 views. I put this up April 2021. Okay, it got 2.3 thousand thumbs up, 655 comments. Now I went through the comments. Most of the comments is good. Most of them. When I went through, I went through all of them. You know, I was just strolling. It was a couple guys talking about this is a bunch of effery. One guy said effery, right? So at least I deleted them and blocked them. But most of these, Jake calling on Yah, Most High, Yahweh, but their spirit is, they like, man, this is heavy, this is beautiful. Like a lot of people were saying, they put the truth right in front of us, right? 655 comments, 36,000 views, 2.3 thousand thumbs up, man. I don't get this on my regular channel. My main backup channel, GMS Your Redemption Draweth Nigh, only 400. This is the last backup channel I created, man. And I created this channel in 2022. Okay? Anyway, that's why the elders, and I put these two titles together. This truth is not for low-level thinkers, and it's not for the faint-hearted, right? Because Elder Yashwamba, those are two titles Elder Yashwamba mentioned about this is not for low-level thinkers, and the elder in Birmingham, Elder Awaram, he always say this ain't for the faint-hearted. So I put those two titles together for a lesson, man. So you see, 36,330 views since 2021, right? On the clip, which is just beautiful because it's Jake. Okay, so why do I only have 500 subscribers on this channel and 36,000 people done watched it, but only have 529 subscribers? What does that tell you? Now, 529 subscribers, 36,300 views. If it got 36,000 views, why is it only 2.3 thousand thumbs ups? Show you this truth for Jake is entertainment, man. It's entertainment. That's what this truth is. You know what you're gonna find out soon? As I tell you in what is that, Ezekiel 33, verse 30 through 33, you're gonna find out that there had been a prophet among you the whole time, and you thought we just regular Jake, man. Okay? Now, let's get these precepts. This is a game for Jake. This is entertainment, man. But it's okay. Because you know what? These peoples out here have not been fully persuaded in their mind, man. So, you get these precepts. So I'm going to start here in Romans 14. It reads this. This is Romans 14. In verse 5 it reads, one man esteemeth one day above another. Another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. So you got to be fully persuaded in your own mind, man. And at the end of the day, at the top of the day, at the middle of the day, it's Yahweh Shema Shah. This is Luke 14 and 28. See this, Jake, take this for entertainment, man. But when the day of heaviness come, when the Lord start bring judgment in the earth, man, like real judgment, Jake gonna consider. But then it's gonna be too late because the doors of mercy gonna be closed, man. Jake take this truth for a game, man. And this ain't entertainment. This is serious. Because nothing is happening right now, Jake take it for a game. And Christianity have taught our people that they're gonna be able to repent when the Messiah returns. When Yahweh Shah crack the clouds, man, it's gonna be too late. Even before that, because it's gonna be Jacob's trouble. It's gonna be a famine of the word, man. When there's a famine of the word, it's gonna be too late. Ain't gonna be no more repenting. Ain't gonna be no Lord I didn't know. I ain't know those was men. Ain't gonna be none of that. You ain't gonna be able to say none of that, man. This Luke 14 and 28. For which of you intended to build a tower, sitteth not down first and count the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Least happily, after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. That's why we humbly, man, humbly pray to Yahweh Shema Shah to increase us with wisdom not to understand, that we may feed the sheep with sound doctrine. Humbly pray to Yahweh Shema Shah that they may increase us, give us the strength to endure to the end, man. Because it say again, Luke 14 and 28, for which of you intended to build a tower, sit him not down first and count the cost. Every person that build whatever, if these devils building a shopping mall or a condominium, whatever it is, plazas, they count the cost, right? It say, for which of you intended to build a tower, sit him not down first and count the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it. And it be the spirit of these jakes that don't want to come into this truth, man, because they see it's a lot of studying, it's a lot of reading. You got to deal with history. You got to deal with studying. The scriptures say, study to show thyself approved. But Jake ain't willing to do that, man. And that's the problem. It say, least happily after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. This is about building the tabernacle of David, man. This is Amos 9 and 11. It reads, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. Now, let's go to this. I'm gonna pull up in the blue letter so we can read it here in the blue letter. This is about building the tabernacle of David, man. This is about being part of the ministry, man. So let's go here. This is Second Chronicles. This truth is deadly serious, man. Jake take this. Jake take this for a game, man. Now this is about the tabernacle of David that's being built, right? Check this out. Second Chronicles chapter 2 and verse 1 it reads, it says, the title says, Solomon will build a temple and palace, right? And Solomon determined to build an house for the name of Yahweh and an house for his kingdom. And Solomon told out 70,000 men to bear burdens. To bear burdens. What we doing now in this truth? This is a part of salvation, man, to bear burdens, man. Adversities and afflictions, right? It's saying 70,000 to hew in the mountain and 600 to oversee them, right? It say, and Solomon sent to Hiram, the king of Tyre, saying, as thou didst deal with David my father, and didst send him cedars to build him an house to dwell therein, even so deal with me. Behold, I build an house to the name of the Lord Yahweh, my power, to dedicate it to him and to burn before him sweet incense, and for the continuous showbread, and for the burnt offerings morning and evening, on the Sabbath, and on the new moons, and on the solemn feast of Yahweh our power. This is an ordinance forever to Israel. And the house which I build is great, for great is our power above all gods, right? Which are just idols. They ain't no gods. Verse 6. But who is able to build him an house? Who is able? Seeing the heaven and the heavens of heavens cannot contain him. You got Jake want to put Yahweh in a box, man. You can't put our power in a box, man. Who am I then that I should build him an house, save only to burn sacrifices before him? Send me not therefore a man cunning to work in gold, and in silver, and in brass, and in iron, and in purple, and crimson, and blue, and that can skill to grave with the cunning men that are with me in Judah and Jerusalem. Only one could build a house of the Lord is Israelites, whom David my father did provide. Send me also cedar trees, fir trees, and algum trees out of Lebanon. For I know that thy servants can skill to cut timber in Lebanon, and behold, my servants shall be with thy servants, right? Even to prepare me timber in abundance, for the house which I am about to build shall be wonderfully great. And behold, I will give to thy servants the hewers that cut timber 20,000 measures of beaten wheat, and 20,000 measures of barley, and 20,000 baths of wine, and 20,000 baths of oil. Then Hiram, the king of Tyre, answered in writing, which he sent to Solomon, because Yahweh had loved his people, he had made thee king over them. Hiram said, moreover, blessed be Yahweh, power of Israel, that made heaven and earth, who have given to David the king a wise son, endued with prudence and understanding, that might build an house for Yahweh and an house for his kingdom. And now I sent a cunning man endued with understanding of Hiram my fathers, It said, the son of a woman of the daughter of Dan, and his father was a man of Tyre, skilled to work in gold, and in silver, in brass, and iron, and stone, and in timber, and purple, and blue, and in fine linen, and in crimson, also to give, also to grave any manner of graving, and to find out every device which shall be put to him. It say, what with thy cunning men, and with thy cunning men of my Lord David the father. Now therefore the wheat and the barley, the oil and the wine, which my Lord hath spoken of, let him send unto his servants, and we will cut wood out of Lebanon, and much as thou shalt need, and we will bring it to thee in floats by sea to Joppa, and thou shalt carry it to Jerusalem. That was the seaport, right? The ports. It say, and Solomon numbered all the strangers that were in the land of Israel, after the numbering wherewith David his father had numbered them, and they were found 150,000 and 3,600. And he set 310,000 of them to be bearers of burdens, and 80,000 to be hewers in the mountain, which is tree cutters, and 3,600 overseers to set the people to work. Now, let me get this. When you go to Judges 7, the Lord ain't looking for faint-hearted and low-level thinkers, man, to be a part of the tabernacle of David, man. This is Judges 7 and 1. It reads, Gideon 300 chosen men, 300 chosen. And what the Lord say to Elijah, man, when Elijah thought that it was just him solo, the Lord say, I got 7,000 men just like thee that has not bowed to the knee of Baal, man. Okay? They were scattered everywhere, man. Men of the Lord. The scripture tell you that Obadiah hid hundreds of the prophets, man, in caves. Okay? 7,000. And today it's 144,000, man. This ain't for low-level thinkers. This ain't for the faint-hearted. And this ain't entertainment neither, man. Judges 7 and 1. Then Jerubbaal, who is Gideon, and the people, and all the people that were with him rose up early and pitched beside the well of Harod, so that the host of the Midianites were on the north side of them, by the hill of Morel in the valley. And Yahweh said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, my own hand have saved me. Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, that's what? And the faint-hearted and low-level thinkers, man. Okay? Whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there return of the people 22,000, and there remain 10,000. It say 22,000. That's 22,000 people that return, man. Okay? And there remain 10,000. And Yahweh said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many, bring them down to the water, and I will try them for thee there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee, and of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So he brought down the people into the water, and the Lord said unto Gideon, everyone that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shall thou set by himself. Likewise, everyone that boweth down upon his knee to drink, and the number of them that lappeth, putting their hands to their mouth, were 300 men. But all the rest of the people bow down upon their knees to drink water. They comfortable. Yahweh and the Lord Yahweh said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lappeth will I save thee, and deliver the Midianites into their hand, into thine hand, and let all the people and all the other people go, everyone to his place. Now, the point of this is right here. Now, therefore, go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid. This is low level thinkers and the faint hearted, man. Okay? And the Lord ain't looking for that, man. Now, of course, we don't know who's who. We don't know who's the fearful and the faint hearted. But Yahweh Shah said in John, you should know them by their fruits, man. Right? You should know them by their fruits. This is Nehemiah chapter 4. And this is about the building of the Lord, man. Let's just read it. It say work. It said work is ridicule, right? But it came to pass that when Samalat heard that we builded the wall to my Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, he was wroth and took great indignation and mocked the Jews. And he spake before his brethren in the army of Samaria and said, what do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of rubbish which are burned? Now Tobiah, the Ammonite, which is the so-called Japanese today, was by him, and he said, even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall even break down that stone wall. Hear, O power, hear, O our power, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in land of captivity, and cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before thee. For they have provoked thee to anger before the builders, and the builders are the hopeful elect. That's building the tabernacle of David. So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto half thereof. For the people had a mind to work. This is the hopeful elect, having a mind to work. They have been fully persuaded in their minds to know that this is our first love, man. What is that? Revelation chapter 2, verse 4. This is our first love, man. So I say, but it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians, which is the so-called Arabs, and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very rough. Right? Hold on. In Amos 9:11, what does it say about the breaches? Let's read it here. And that's why Vocab Malone is hurt, man. Because the breaches is being sealed up, man. They can't do nothing about it. Right here in Amos 9:11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. And what I'm reading to you right now, when they say, and I will build it as in the days of old, that's what I'm reading here in Ezra. Okay? So back in Ezra 4 and 7. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth and conspired. They're going to use this, talking about this other clip the other day, talking about this conspiracies, right? It's a war against these conspiracy theories. Well, they conspired against us, and they started it, man, and conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it, right? That's what they're doing. It said, nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our power, and set a watch against them day and night. Hold on. It said what? Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our power, and set a watch against them day and night because of them. What did the Lord say? In Psalms 19 and 2. Let's get this. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. Right? Let's get one more here. In Isaiah 62 and 6. You see, Jake, that spirit that's on Jake is that spirit of not being fully persuaded, which I read in Romans 14 and 5. And they ain't counting the cost. Neither do they want to count the cost, man. To be partakers of the Lord's house, man. Well, this is the only thing to do, man. Babylon the Great finna be destroyed, man, by fire from missiles, from warheads off these missiles, man. This place is finna be destroyed, man. Even if you got gold and silver, it ain't gonna save you. This is Isaiah 6:2 and 6. Jake have no clue what's really going on, man. But they entertained by this truth. Guess what, man? You are fighting against the Lord, man. You are striving against your maker, man. That's what you're doing. Isaiah 6:2 and 6. I have set watching upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of Yahweh Shema Bashah, keep not silent, man. Okay? Let me get this as I said it. In Isaiah 45 and 9. You Jakes out there, man. You think this ain't gonna be entertainment for long, man? Isaiah 45 and 9 reads, woe unto him that strive with his maker. Like Vocab Malone, man. Hey, you biting against the hand that's feeding you, man. You don't even know it. Woe unto him that strive against his maker, that the potshare strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, why makest what makest thou, or thy work? He have no hands. So let's go back to Ezra. Nehemiah. So back in Nehemiah, it say, nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our power and set a watch against them day and night. That's what we doing. Day and night, man, because of them. And Judah said, the strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed. You see, it mentioned this, what I read in 2 Chronicles 2, man. That Solomon said he set up these men to be the bearers of burdens. To do what? We building, man. We building. And Judah said, the strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build a wall. And our adversary said, they shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst among them, right? And slay them and cause the work to cease. What is that? I was just reading it today too. I forgot what was that. It's a man, I forgot what was I was just reading too about them because they was gonna come among us. It's a verse talking about, oh, that's in is it Matthews? I think it is. When they hired it said these guys, they said they disciples with the Herodians and came to Yahushua and tried to spy him out. If you brothers know where that, put it up. I was just reading it today. I forgot where it was at. But yeah, they hired. They said the Pharisees and Sadducees sent out their disciples with the Herodians, and they came to spy Yahushua. Because we got these spies among us, man. It said, now adversary said, they shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst among them and slay them and cause the work to cease. And it came to pass that when the Jews, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which dwelt by them, came, then said unto us 10 times, from all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you. Therefore set I in the lower place behind the wall, and on the higher places I even set the people after their families with their swords, their spears, and their bows. Today, this is a spiritual battle. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible. Yeah, man. Terrible. Alashadjum. Terrible demon like power the Lord is, man. Yahweh Shema Shai is. It say, and fight for your brethren, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your houses. The Lord is raising up the sons of Israel and his daughters, man. Okay? His sons and his daughters, man. We are being raised up together, man. It's more women on the earth than men, man. It's like 14 women to every man. Okay? It's gonna be more women get salvation than men, man. It say, and it came to pass when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and power had brought the counsel to naught, that we return all of us to the wall. That's what we're doing right now. Everyone unto his work. Remember Proverbs 16:33, the lot is cast into the lap. It say, everyone unto his work, man. Hold on, I gotta get this now. In John 4:38, it reads this, man. It say, everyone to his work, man. I sent you to reap that whereon you bestowed no labor. Other men labor, and you are entered into their labors. You see? So back here, it say, and it came to pass when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and power had brought their counsel to naught, that we return all of us to the wall, everyone unto his work. We building, man. And pray to Yahweh Shema Shah for more laborers, man. Hold on, I gotta get this too, man. Yahweh Shah said this in Matthew, man. And we in some beautiful times, man. And Jake, and the Lord got the spirit on these Jakes, not even to count the cost, man. Of course, it's gonna be someone that's gonna wake up in a lot of time. This is Matthew 9:37. It reads, then said he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. That's why it says this in Isaiah 9:2. We're not rejoicing because we're in the world, man. We're rejoicing because, let's read it. Isaiah 9:2, it reads, the people that walk in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, North America, Babylon the Great, upon them hath the light shine. Thou hast multiplied the nation and not increased the joy. They joy before thee according to the joy and harvest. Because brothers and sisters are waking up, man. We rejoicing according to the joy and the harvest, man. Right? Brothers and sisters are getting reactivated. The Lord is bringing these prophecies to pass, man. It say, and as men are rejoiced when they divide the spoil. So the hopeful elect is rejoicing according to the joy and harvest, man. Not what's going on in the world. We see these prophecies playing out. This would get us excited. It say, and it came to pass from that time forth that half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both the spears, the shields, and the bows, and the haberguns, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah. They which built it on the wall, and they that bear burdens with those that laid it. Everyone with one hand on his everyone with one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon. This is how it was, man. Because you had these heathens ready to come up again. Hey, but now it's spiritual, man. We got this Bible, man. Okay? Hebrews 4:12 said the words of the Lord cut like a two-edged sword. For the builders, everyone had his sword girded by his side, and so builded. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me. And I said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, The work is great and large. Well, how should I say? The harvest truly is plenteous, right? But the labors are few, man. The work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one far from another. In what place, therefore, ye heard the sound of the trumpet? Resort ye thither unto us. What sound of the trumpet? The truth, man. The truth. Let's get this. Beautiful, man. So right here, you go to the sound of the trumpet in Ezekiel. It's Ezekiel 7 and 14. It reads, they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none go up to the battle. You see, they don't want to go to the battle. They don't want to count the cost. They don't want to be fully persuaded in their mind, man. That's them weak, simple, effeminate, frail, emotional beta simps, man. They don't want to be fully persuaded. They don't want to count the cost of the building of the Lord, man. It said, for my wrath, it said, they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none go up to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. It said, they have blown the trumpet. In Isaiah 58, what did the Lord say? Showing you that this blowing the trumpet right here is talking about this word, man. Push this truth in the highways and hedges and the streets and lanes. Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. You see? So, right here when they say, for the builders, everyone had his sword girded by his side, and so builded. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me. And I said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, the work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one far from another. In what place, therefore, ye hear the sound of the trumpet? What place? Right here in North America, Babylon the Great. You heard the truth. Your ears, it made your ears tingle, and you cleave to it. In what place, therefore, ye hear the sound of the trumpet? Brothers in London, okay, you heard this truth. You heard the trumpet on the unicorn, okay? You heard the apostles of Great Millstone, man. It made your ear tingle, man, and you wind up digging in it like, man, and it sounded good to you, man. You had to scratch your ear. In what place, therefore, ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us. What did the Lord say? Hold on, let me get this. In Jeremiah, it's a resort ye thither unto us. In Jeremiah, the Lord said this. It's also in Isaiah 34 and 16. I want to get this here. Isaiah 31, Jeremiah 31. Watch this. When you hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us, man. Stone the apostles of Great Millstone, elders and bishops, man. It said, at the same time, saith Yahweh, will I be a God? Will I be the God of all the families of Israel? And they shall be my people. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness. North America, Babylon the Great is the wilderness. Even Israel, when I went to cause him to return to rest, Salakia, the Lord have appeared of old unto me, saying, yeah, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee. By what? By the sound of the trumpet, man. Okay? Let's get this in Isaiah. See, Yahweh said in John 10 and 27, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. Right? Isaiah 34 and 16, seek ye out of the book of Yahweh, and read, no one of these shall fail. None shall want her. It said none, no one of these shall fail. I mean, the book. I mean, there's no prophecy. There's everything that's coming out of this Bible, prophecy. And they are not failing, man. That's why it said in Isaiah 9, we are rejoicing according to the joy and harvest. It say, not one of these shall fail, meaning the prophecies. None shall want her mate, meaning there's no other book on planet Earth that you compare to the Bible. Seek ye out the Lord, shine and read, no fail, meaning the prophecies, none did, and his spirit it have gathered them. Right? So the Lord said he drawn us by what? Hearing the trumpet. So here back in Nehemiah 4 and 20, in what place therefore ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us, our power shall fight for us. It say, Salakia. So we labored in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. That's day unto day and night unto night, man. Putting this work in. It say, likewise, at the same time, said I unto the people, let everyone with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us, and labor on the day. So neither I, nor my brethren, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard which follow me, none of us put off our clothes, saving that everyone put them off for washing, man. This is constantly in the work, man. 24/7, man. This where your mind should be at, man. Preaching this gospel, man. Because Yahweh Shema Shah is reactivating men and women, man. Let's get this. This is about the tabernacle of David, man. This ain't about you, man. This ain't about me, man. This ain't about us. This is songs. This is about Yahweh Shema Shah, man. And if you ain't for this, go kill yourself, man. That's the best thing you can do. Because if you ain't about this, you're gonna die a grievous death anyway. Psalm 65 and 4. Blessed is the man whom thou choosest and calleth to approach unto thee. Blessed is the man whom thou choosest. The Lord looking for men, soldiers, to be hardened, to be austere, not no emotional, effeminate, frail, weak, feeble, beta simps. He's looking for men. Blessed be the man whom thou choosest and calleth to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be established with the goodness of thy house. This is the tabernacle of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. That's being built, man. Okay? The tabernacle of David, which is the house of Yahweh Shema Shah. Even of thy holy temple. And these devils will ring, these devils that wear these yarmulkes to cover up their the part of their head where the Lord taps into your spirit at. Like they can cover that up with their yarmulkes and they can hide from the Lord. You dumb niggas. But that's what they do because they left hand side of the Lord. They put those on the part of their head where the Lord taps into your spirit. Like the Lord ain't tapped to the spirit anyway. It's all about obeying order, man. And we show you because the Lord said they cast their words behind the Lord, right? So they cast the words of the Lord behind them. So for them to wear yarmulkes on their head, they show you how wicked they are, man. Because that's a part of our brain that's supposed to be open, man. That's a part of our head that's supposed to be open to the Lord, man. Show you how wicked them devils is, man. Let's get this. This is about the tabernacle of David, man. The house of Yahweh Shema Shah. So it say, let's read this again. It say, blessed be the man blessed is the man whom thou choosest, and calleth to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple, right? This is about the holy temple of the Lord, man. So here in 1 Peter, it reads this. Ye also as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house. And them devils that wear them yarmulkes, they said, I did a lesson on it some years ago. I think it was like 2018. They said that they tired of waiting on Yahweh to return, so they're gonna build a third temple themselves. The third temple is a spiritual house, you dumb niggas. It's a spiritual house. It's not a physical building that you can build with hands. The Lord said he don't dwell in a temple made with hands. Our body is the Lord's temple. And they said they tired of waiting on Yahweh Shah Mashiach, the return. They're going to build a house, the temple themselves. They show you how cunning they is, because this is a spiritual house being built. Ye also, 1 Peter 2:5, ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices, right? Spiritual sacrifices, acceptable to power by Yahweh Shah Mashiach, right? When you go to, let's get this in Ephesians. Ephesians 2:19. You read this. Now therefore, ye are no more strangers and foreigners, Israelite strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints. We know the only way you can be a saint, you got to be a Hebrew Israelite. Much more than that, the Lord had to give you that high calling, which is it with the Philippians. It say Philippians the 3rd chapter. And of the household of power, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Yahweh Shah Mashiach himself being the chief cornerstone, in which all the building fitly framed together grow up unto an holy temple in the Lord, in whom ye also are builded together for an habitation of power through the Spirit. So this ain't for low-level thinkers. This ain't for the faint-hearted. As it said, this ain't for those that this ain't for the fearful and the afraid, man. Because this building this house come with barons of burdens, man. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3. 1 Corinthians 3:9. It reads, for we are laborers together with power. You are power's husbandry. Ye are power's building. It's a spiritual temple. And it's the men of the Lord that's building this temple, man. It ain't talking about getting some mix, some concrete mix, man. Okay? Whipping it up in a mixer, man. And you got the trials, right? And you got the line. So you can line everything, make sure the bricks is level, everything is even. No, man. This is a spiritual house. For we are labor together with power. You are power's husbandry. You are power's building. According to the grace of power, which is given unto me as a wise master builder. How do we get wise? Let's see. In Psalms 19, this is how we get wise, man. If you trying to get wise any other way outside of this, it tell you in 1 Corinthians 1, the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Lord, man. You think you on some super deep level? You ain't. The Lord is deceiving you, man. Job 12:16, the Lord said the deceiver and deceiver he is. If you think you got free will, you don't, man. That's the Lord, man. The Lord is playing with your mind. He's tricking you. But he's the master chess player, man. This is what we get wise. This is how we get wisdom. Psalm 19:7. The law of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh Shema Shai is sure, making wise the simple. So, where do we get our wisdom from? Yahweh Shema Shai. 1 Corinthians 3:10. According to the grace of power, which is given unto me as a wise master builder. You're supposed to know. You're supposed to understand. The Lord give us that spirit of acceptance, man. Okay, the Lord got to give you that, man. as to be a wise master builder. You're supposed to know how you building with brothers, man. This is about the body. This ain't about you yourself, man. Okay? You ain't running the rock by yourself, man. As the old saying goes, ain't no iron team, man. It say, according to the grace of power which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another builder their own. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. That's why he's supposed to be a wise master builder. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahweh Mashiach. It says, Salakia, hold on. It says, so it say, no other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahweh Mashiach. Now, if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, and stubble, it says, every man's work shall be made manifest, because you can't hide nothing from the Lord. As it tell you in so if you think you're doing something under the radar, man, you ain't, man. The angels is watching everything, man. So it say, remember, it say, every man's work shall be made manifest. Right here in Luke 8:17, it says, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. So if you think you hiding through the week, you ain't hiding from the Lord, man. You hiding from yourself. Just like the guy that hid the one talent, you're gonna be revealed, man. Because the Lord gonna come back. And they say, blessed is he when Yahweh shall return, find him doing so, man. Every man's work should be made manifest. For the day shall declare it, you see? Because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. If any man's work abide, which he had builded thereupon, he shall receive a reward. You see, if any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yes, so as by fire. Meaning the trying of your patience, work of faith, man. Right? The trying of your faith, work of patience in James 1. So if you wake brothers up, or if the Lord put the spirit on you to get a message to certain brothers or certain women, they might get it and they fall away. The Lord say, if any man work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved. Long as you endure, that means you wash their blood off your hands. You endure. Because it's about you working out your salvation with fear and trembling. But it also tell you in James, in Galatians 6:2, bear one another's burden, man. Because in Galatians 6:1, we're supposed to be restoring them, right? It's about restoring. It said, you that are spiritual, restore them, restore such an one. So this is in the book of Haggai. See Jake running from the Lord, man. Just like Jonah did, man. But what happened? He thought he was running. No, man. You can't run from Yahweh Shema Shai, man. This is Haggai. Look, Haggai begins temple building. And this is what we doing, man. Lord willing, we endure to the end. Lord willing, we be of those men and women. Okay? But Lord willing, we be those men, man, that's building. Lord willing, the Lord keep the spirit on us to endure to the end. Because, man, we can wake up tomorrow and be bugged out, man. Back in the world, smoking weed, somebody hitting the club on the weekend, man. The Lord can do that, man. At a moment's time, at the snap of a finger. Haggai 1:2. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, saying, this people say, the time is not come. And it is. You see the prophecy playing out, man? We don't got no another 10, 20 years here, man. The time that the Lord's house should be built. It reads, then came the word of Yahweh by Haggai the prophet, saying, is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your seer houses? I know I can say this for a fact. Ain't another 100 years that this guy Neil deGrasse on the video I did that they took down. in my father's house are many mansions. He talking about, he said, we in a run of 100 years. That's the best we got is 100 years left on earth. We don't got no 100 years here. These people crazy. It say, thus speak of Yahweh by Shemal Shah, host saying, these people say, the time is not come, the time of the Lord's house should be built. But when is the time then? Then came the word of Yahweh by Haggai the prophet saying, is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your seer houses, and this house lie waste? Yeah, Jake ain't counting the cost, man. They ain't fully persuaded. Neither do they want to be. And it's the Lord. He don't want them. And so what this is to them? Entertainment, man. Now therefore, thus saith Yahweh Shema Shab host, consider your ways. And that's what the Lord told us. Hey, in the Job 8 and 8 say, search out thy fathers, man. Ye have sown much and bring in little. You eat, but you have not enough. You drink, but you are not filled with drink. Because this ain't our kingdom. This ain't our kingdom. We ain't gonna never have enough here, man. We ain't gonna never be happy here. We ain't gonna never be full here. It say, ye clothe you, but there's none warm. And he that earn wages to put into a bag with holes. The brothers say this a lot, man. Every 2-3 years, Jay got to move because rent prices going up, man. These devils, man. So you'll never have enough food, enough drink, enough clothes, enough money. You'll never have enough, man. The Lord said in Isaiah 3 and 1, He's taking away the comfort, man. He's taking away your comfort food. He's taking away your stability. And those that don't trust in you, how about Shema Shah, they're gonna fall flat on their face, man. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways. Go up to the mountain and bring wood. What did Solomon tell the guy? Haram, I need you to go get some cedar. Fir, he said cedar fir tree. Okay? Go up to the mountain and bring wood and build a house. That's what we doing. And we don't gotta go get no wood, man. And we don't gotta go get no wood, man. It's already here. It's in the scriptures, man. It's contained in the scriptures, man. Go up to the mountain and bring wood and build a house, and I will take pleasure in it, and I will be glorified, saith Yahweh. That's why Yahweh shall say in Matthew 6 and 33, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and everything else will be added. And the Lord say, and build a house, and I will take pleasure in it, and I will be glorified, saith Yahweh Shema Shah. Ye looked for much, and lo, it came too little. And when ye brought it home, I did blow upon it. Why, saith Yahweh of hosts? Because of my house that is waste, and ye run every man unto his own house. Therefore, the heaven over you is stayed from dew. You see the word stayed? And the earth is stayed from her fruit. It's going to get worse, man. So right here in Isaiah 3 and 1, it says this. The Lord said the heaven over you is stayed from dew, man. We ain't going to be fully nourished here, man. It said God will remove the leaders. For behold, the Lord of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem, and it say, and from Judah, the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. You see, it said the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet and the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50 and the honorable man and the counselor and the cunning artificer and the eloquent man and the orator, all gonna be destroyed, man. And along with them, they're women. Okay? Along with them, they're women, man. I forgot what the scripture had right off right now. Um, oh, you know what? Let's get this. Let's get this. Remember what they say, the Lord taking away all these men, right? He's gonna take away all these men, right? Let me show you something here. Let's get this. And this is 2/3 men. The Lord said He's gonna take away their comfort, their comfort food. He's gonna take away their support. What they think is support today, the Lord gonna take all that away. Let's get it here. See, that was all the men, right? Check this out. Second Ezra, I think it's 15, if I'm mistaken. Let's see. No. So what it is 16. Let's go back. So here in Second Ezra, yeah, 16 and 33, it reads this. It said, a virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. You see how these link together? So in Isaiah 3, the Lord said he's going to take away all those men. We're going to read it again. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. You see? Now hear these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Right? So, right here in Isaiah again, Isaiah 3, Jake, these men that want to partake in the building of the Lord's house, well, guess what, man? He gonna destroy you, man. Most of you gonna get drafted into the war, and you're gonna die there. You see? And the ones that don't die there, you're gonna be fighting amongst yourselves here in Babylon the Great over food and water. Because the Lord taking it away. Isaiah 3 and 1, for behold, the Lord of hosts, do take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff. What's a staff? Comfort, something that you lean on. Support. Who Jake trust in? What's Jake support? The government. You trust in your jobs. For behold, the Lord of hosts, do take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet and the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50 and the honorable man and the counselor and the cunning artificer. These are your super deep guys, your TD Snakes and Teflo Dollars, your Geno Jennisons, and your, what's this guy name? Umar Johnson, and all these want to be super deep guys, man. It said the captain of 50, the honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. These are your super deep guys, and your soldiers, your UFC fighters, your your old Mike Tysons. Okay, these are all your UFC fighters. These are all your boxers, all your wrestlers, all your soldiers, your men of war. The Lord finna take these men. Let's get this. Oh, I'm right here in the chapter. When you go down in this chapter, when you start at verse 16, see right here, God will judge. Now right here, it say Judah women denounced. The Lord gonna bring jumping over the women. 2/3 women. Because there's hopefully women out there, man. Okay? And they watching and learning and getting edified every day, man. The point I want to make right here, talking about you women out there, you 2/3. Lord say right here, I just read in 2 Ezra 16, how you gonna take away your men. Isaiah 3 and 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war. You see? You see? And her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. 2/3 women. Your men gonna be gone. The Lord gonna take them. Why? Because your men don't want to help build. This is why they're gonna be taken. If you're not building on the Lord's house, you let's get it right here. You are just a vessel. You are a vessel fitted for wrath, man. Like the Lord said by Esau, Edom. They just a vessel fitted for wrath, man. Let's get this in James. This is what we are to the Lord, man. This is James chapter 4. The Lord gave that spirit, which we know everybody don't got the spirit. We know it. We understand it. But Jake take this game for a game. This ain't entertainment, man. This is what we are to the Lord. Listen to this. James 4 and 13. Go to now, ye that say today or tomorrow, we will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor. Our life is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanisheth away. You see? I will listen, man. We just in loaner bodies, man. This is we in loaner bodies, man. 1 Corinthians 3:16 it reads, know ye not that you are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are. You see it? 1 Corinthians 6:19. Oh, Salakia. It reads this. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you, which ye have of God, and you are not your own? We are not our own. We are just a vapor that appear for a little time and then vanisheth away, man. So what should you be doing? For ye are bought with the price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. You see, it's the Most High, man. This is 2 Corinthians 6:16. It reads this. And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God. You see it? As God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Okay? Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate. Separate, the word separate mean the word holy mean to be separate, severed. Saith Yahweh Shema Shah, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, said Yahweh Shema Shah. That's why we always tell you, when brothers go in and deal with situations and topics, getting on these two-third bug out women, if this shoe don't fit you, it's not talking to you. The Lord said he's looking for his sons and daughters, man. If we talking to these men in Israel, if this don't apply to you, if the shoe don't fit, don't get emotional. Okay? Again, this is not for low-level thinkers. This ain't for the faint-hearted. And it's not for entertainment. It's for the sons and daughters of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Of Yahweh. This is 2 Timothy 2:20. About this building of the Lord's house, right? It says this. Oh, I put it in 2 Timothy 1. So look. Hold on. So the 2 Timothy 2:20, it reads this. But in a great house, there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, you see, sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. How do you get prepared unto every good work? Let's get that here. 2 Timothy. Yahweh Shema Shai, man. But he got to give you that Holy Spirit, man. Right here in 2 Timothy 3:16. This is how we are prepared for every good work. All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, Don't get in your feelings when you get when you get rebuked, man. This is this truth. We all got rebuked when we came into this truth, man. We all was reproved or being reproved. Lord willing, we be made endure to the end. It say all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God, that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. You see? So, Lord willing, this is edifying. That to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rikah Quadash. Oh, let me close with this precept. Let's close with this. The Lord looking for soldiers, man. Warriors. He's going to stand in the paint. Because these men, they're going to have to guard women, man. They're going to have to guard women and children, man. The Lord is building up certain men because they're going to have to protect women and children, man. In Jacob's trouble, man. This is serious. This ain't no time to be no simp, man. But they there. They out there. This is Joshua 10:24. It reads, and it came to pass when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel and said unto the captains of the men of war, we're in a spiritual battle right now, right? Right. Which went with him, come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings. And they came near and put their feet upon the necks of them. And Joshua said unto them, fear not, nor be dismayed, be strong and of a good courage, for thus shall Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh of hosts, do Salakia. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, do to all your enemies against whom ye fight. It said their feet gonna be in their necks, man. Okay? Of these elites, man. Let me get this in Psalms. Psalms, what is that? 68, I think it is. Let's see here. This is a spiritual battle we in, man. This is a spiritual battle, man. This is Psalms 68 and verse 23 it reads. This reads 21. It say, but God shall wound the head of his enemies, which is all 17 heathen nations, and the hairy scalp of such as one as go on still in his trespasses, which is 2/3 of J. That's why Yahweh said in Luke 19:27, but those my enemies that would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. The Lord said, I will bring again from Bashan, I will bring my people again from the depths of the sea, meaning it's scattered amongst these people. Sea represents people. That thy foot may be dipped in the blood of thy enemies, and the tongue of thy dogs in the same. You see, your foot is gonna be on the blood, it's gonna be on the neck of your enemies, man. It's symbolic, man. As they're gonna be taken down, man. Okay. In Ezekiel 25, the Lord said this, man. The Lord willing, I want this, man. Lord willing, man. I'm gonna close with this. Ezekiel 25:12. Thus saith Yahweh Shema Shah power, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and had greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, Esau, Edom, the so-called white nation, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and Day of Dan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. You see? And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh shall power. So the Lord gonna get his men spiritual power. I gotta get one precept here. Jeremiah. And Jeremiah was that 50 and 19. I'll close with this, Lord willing. So Jeremiah 50 and 19 it say, and I will bring Israel again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon Mount Ephraim and Gilead. In those days, in that time, saith Yahweh, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none, and the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found. For I will pardon them whom I reserve. You see? Now let me get this. Jeremiah 51 and 19. It reads, it's going down, man. And the Lord looking for these men so he could put this spirit on them, man. He said he's gonna do according to Edom. He's gonna do to Edom according to his. He's gonna put his power on these elect men. Jeremiah 51:19. The portion of Jacob is not like them. Who is the them? The other 17 heathen nations, or the 17 heathen nations. But he is the form of all things. Jacob is, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. The Lord, so he talking to the men of Israel right here. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. The Lord finna go all out, man. And he's looking for 2 Timothy 2 and 3. The Lord looking for choice, chosen, rare men. 2 Timothy 2 and 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Mashiach. No man that warreth and taketh himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a good soldier. You see it? The Lord looking for soldiers, man. So Lord was edified. Gotta give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of great millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, ready concepted or not. In the sincere salutation, taught the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the wives who are listening, learning, and you sisters who are listening. Lord was edified. Till next time, I say shalom. Wafu, tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up. Oh, I want to close. You know what? I got to get this before I close. So lock you. Let me get this. Because as Elisha told his servant Gehazi, right? He said, "Is it time for us to receive these things?" Let's get this. In 2 Kings, I might be in the wrong chapter. Hold on. Second Kings 5, right? Now this is after Elisha healed this guy from his leprosy, right? After he healed him, his servant. Let me read it so you can see what's going on. So after Elisha healed this guy, right? Let's read it here. It say, let's read up a little bit. So it say, So right here, Gehazi's greed. You see? And this is talking about Jake. This is Jake today. Gehazi's greed. This is a good point to start right here. So it said he returned to the man of God, he and all his company, and came and stood before him. And he said, Behold, now I know that there is no God in all the earth, but in Israel. Now therefore I pray thee, take a blessing of thy servant. But he said, As the Lord liveth, before whom I stand, I will receive none. And he urged him to take it, but he refused. So Elisha wouldn't take what the man wanted to give him, right? Now, what he wanted to give him was right here, so you can see it. Let me see here. So let's go down. Maybe it's in the chapter I'm reading right now. So it say, and Naaman said, Shall thou not then, I pray thee, be given to thy servant 2 mules, burdens of earth? For thy servant will henceforth offer neither burnt offering nor sacrifice unto other gods, but unto the Lord. In this thing, the Lord pardon thy servant, that when my master goeth into his house of Rimmon to worship there, and he leaned on my hand, and I bowed myself in the house of Rimmon. When I bowed down myself in the house of Rimmon, the Lord pardoned thy servant in this thing. It say, Salakia. Yeah, it's right here. Okay. And he said unto him, Go in peace. So he departed from him a little way. But Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of God, said, Behold, my master hath spared Naaman thy Syrian, this Syrian, in not receiving at his hand that which he brought, which was, is going to tell you right in a little bit. But as the Lord liveth, I will run after him and take somewhat of him. So Gehazi followed after Naaman, and when Naaman saw him running after him, he lighted down from the chariot to meet him and said, Is all well? He's like, What's going on, Gehazi? Is everything good? And he said, All is well. My master have sent me. So he lined on Elisha right here, saying, Behold, even now there come to me from Mount Ephraim 2 young men of the sons of the prophet. Give them, I pray thee, a talent of silver and 2 changeables and 2 changes of garments. This is what the guy wanted to give Elisha for healing him of his leprosy. He wanted to give him, I think it was 2 talents of silver and 2 changeable garments. And Naaman said, Be content, take 2 talents, right? And he said, and he urged him and bound 2 talents of silver in 2 bags with 2 changes of garments and laid them upon him and laid them upon 2 of his servants, and they bare them before him. So this guy went behind Elisha back to get the 2 talents and the garments from the guy, right? Elisha said no. When you read the story, Elisha, when the guy told him he healed him, Elisha said, No, the Lord healed you. I'm just a servant of the Lord. And when he had came to the tower, he took them from their hand and bestowed them in the house. So he didn't hid it away from Elisha. And he let the men go, and they departed. But it said, But he went in and stood before his master, and Elisha said unto him, Whence comest thou? Same thing the Lord asked Satan in Job 1. Whence comest thou, Gehazi? And he said, Thy servant went no whither. Lied, man. Just like Cain. When the Lord say, Where's thy brother Abel? Cain said, What? I don't know where he at. Lied, man. He said, Thy servant went no whither. Elisha said unto him, He said unto him, Went not my heart with thee? And we try to tell you people, man. You think the Lord ain't dealing with these men? The Lord dealing with these men, man. Just because you can't accept it. Oh, these guys with these dresses on. Listen, man, to the men and the women. If you think the Lord ain't dealing with his men, you a fool, man. And he said unto him, Went not my heart with thee when the man turned again from his chariot to meet thee? This is the point. Is it a time to receive money and to receive garments and olive yards and vineyards and sheep and oxen and men servants and maiden servants? This is for the kingdom. Money. garments, olive yards, vineyards, sheep, oxen, men servants, and maiden servants. That's for the kingdom of heaven, man. That's not now, man. Now, by the sweat of our brow shall we eat bread, but it's not now, man. This is about building the Lord's house, man. So you got them Jakes that's chasing those things, man. They're trying to win on this side. And they ain't gonna win, man. They're gonna wind up losing. The Lord said, why gain the whole world and lose your soul, man? What shall a man exchange for his soul? Nothing. Nothing. Because it's not yours. It's the Lord's, man. You know, like the apostles always say, you know, Jake can't sell their soul to the Edomites to make it to Hollywood, man. You can't sell your soul. That's not yours to sell. It's your how about Shema Shah's, man. You just sold out, bent over, took it in the back for nothing, man. Hey, so till next time I say Shalom. Wah, 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 for tuning in. May you how about Shema Shah continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up.